Guess what? The love of your life should be, I'm going to say this really slow, the love of your life. That should be your love. Loving your life. What is your life constructed of? You're the engineer. You're the architect of your life. There's a lot of you connecting with this message. You feel alone. You feel afraid. You feel overwhelmed. You feel broken. You feel beaten down. You feel isolated. You feel like a failure. You feel unloved. You feel sad. You feel betrayed. Any of that connecting? I bet it is. And guess what? You don't have to identify with any of that. But you choose to. You're choosing these things. And I'm here to tell you that even people in relationships, I think it's 60%, 60 to 70% of people feel alone. That includes people in long-term, generally committed relationships. Because a sense of being alone or loneliness, it isn't about how many people are around you. It's a sense of self. It's a sense of self. And I am inviting you right here, right now, to truly go all in on you and to go all in on this soul tribe called Results Kill Excuses. This is a collective of people from all around the world that are being drawn into this message, which is not just my message, right? I am not the savior. I am not the one that's going to heal you. God is just using me to share this message of life, that what you see in me exists in you. And I'm just here to encourage you. It's like a big brother. It's like I've just been a little farther down this path. No better. Just only a little farther down the path, but we're all walking each other home. And I'm inviting you to be a part of this community, this collective. This is the new flex. The old flex is friendships. I think most adults get it, man, that like friendships, really? I mean, especially if you got like a family. Who the fuck has time for friendships? Friendships. That's like little kid shit. That's, and it's hard, right? A lot of people are so defeated because friendships as adults is really hard. It's hard to make new friends. So we have acquaintances. We have people that we know, colleagues, work colleagues, strangers we meet just casually, maybe people we connect with in doing some of the things we love to do, some of the hobbies and activities. But at the end of the day, even that kind of can feel like a burden. Because we show up with these unspoken, unwritten expectations. And it's all filtered through the past. And I know that that's going to trigger some of you because some of you are so identified by your social circle. And some of y'all are faking. You faked your way into that social circle. Right? And some of you are continuously self-sacrificing yourself to remain in the social circle by overstretching yourself, overcommitting yourself, right? Giving more than you got to give in order to what? Maintain that shit? Stop it. It's not necessary. See, the new reality, the new shift in humanity, it's not even families. It's soul tribes. Can you hear that? If you hear that, then I know you understand what I'm saying. And that doesn't mean we have this idea that somehow To not have friends is to somehow be unlovable or not friendly or whatever. It's not about that. And even when you have distance with your so-called familiar family, your blood relatives, and you got to distance yourself from the toxicity, from the generational trauma, so you can create enough space for you to truly work on yourself and to look in the mirror and give yourself permission to become your highest self, which is truly saying, I release everything from the past and I want to be the best version of me. And I'm telling you, this is so challenging to do under that guise and the authority of a family. And a lot of us feel guilt over that. A lot of family can make you feel guilty. Oh, you think you're better than us? Oh, you're trying to act like you're so much different. And it's like that shit gets projected hard. And it leaves a lot of people, you, feeling guilty, feeling a sense of shame, feeling like, what's wrong with me? Because like your heart and your soul is tugging you on this path. And yet your body and your mind are telling you, man, we can't do that. We got to go back. Let's do reverse. Let's do reverse. We got to go back. And these are experiences that I've had. And I know I feel a lot of people's discomfort. But I'm here to tell you and invite you to lean in, go all in. Like, this is real. The soul tribe is the next evolution, and you don't lose anybody. No one's gonna be lost. When you do reemerge, fully integrated as your higher self, you will hold so much love for the people from your past, from the people in your family, that by you maintaining your truth, which oftentimes includes boundaries and not stretching yourself thin, and using clear communication as a sovereign being to say, you know what, thank you so much for inviting me to whatever. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, but I'm there in my spirit. I'm there in love. I send all of you love versus contorting yourself and stretching yourself thin. Like that's real love. Real love is not this old model of like, let me sacrifice myself to show unwavering devotion to something that leaves you exhausted and drained. That's the measure. If you literally feel exhausted and drained, or resistance and like, you know, almost like a hidden anger, frustration, right? Like it's a burden. Then, you know, at the end of the day, for you to just like check out and do that self-work, invest in yourself and developing the higher self, you're going to come out on top. And everyone that you know is going to be blessed by you doing the work. You're the chosen. But you also have been attracted into this community, which is a soul tribe. It dawned on me last night. I'm like, wait, that's what's going on here. And I'm going to invite you to this. And it does take me stepping up and leading. But if you haven't already, type in Results Kill Excuses into the App Store. And one of the really cool parts of the app isn't just all the free self-discovery work on there. There's going to be a lot more stuff. Some paid content, challenges, but it's the community section. The community section. The people that have truly downloaded the app, that is like core soul tribe energy. We need to get to know each other. If you're hearing this message and you're on the app, we need to get to know each other. You need to get to know the people around you. There's not an accident here, you guys. I promise you this. I promise you from the bottom of my heart, from the deepest parts of my soul, this is our soul tribe. There's not an accident here. The frequency that has been generated inside of me through my healing journey is now being broadcast. You pick up on the frequency, you show up here, right? And some of you don't even know why you're hearing this message, hearing it. And it's my job to keep showing up. It's your job to figure out when you want to respond and how much you want to respond, because that is the free will. Some of y'all are gonna go in reverse. I'm getting too close. And some of you are gonna take that leap of faith, that quantum jump. But I know this. This is what I know. Is we show up there and we're like, I don't know, who's really here? And it's my responsibility. I need to start, right? We got to switch our language too. If you're saying, I need to go to this event, I need to go, no, you don't need to do anything, or I have to do this, I have to do that. You don't have to do shit. It's time to reframe our language. You get to do the things you do. And if you get to do it with joy. Do it with unconditional love. Don't do it with like a burden. Like, oh man, I have to go do this. Like, if you ever feel that, where you're like divided, right? You're like, man, you get invited to two things that are kind of at the same time, and you clearly can't be in two places at once. It's like, pull back. These are the spiritual practices. Pull back. Check in with yourself. Ground. Center on yourself. Ask for a sign. I get the sign just, I have a huge labyrinth. And just in doing that, I set an intention. And I walk around and I just, I set the intention and I come up with just a quick phrase that I just keep saying over and over repetitively. And by the time I get to the middle, I get the answer. The higher self, that intuition, that still quiet voice comes forth with clarity. I asked about it yesterday. I was feeling tugged in two different directions and I said, man, part of me I really want to be there, but I think I'm going to be really fucking stretching myself thin to go and do that. And it's like, it's a part of the process. We think that somehow it's a bad thing for us to not give of our presence to places and do things. But when you're along this journey, you're gonna bless people by maintaining your truth, your integrity, and having clarity from a spiritual place, not from the body, not from the mind. Those two things, that's the lower self. It's when you get into the higher self, you transcend all of these heavy obligations that can leave you divided, leave you feeling guilty, leave you feeling shame. Those are all low vibrational things. Unconditional love is just to make sure that, look, do you love yourself, right? Enough to be able to say, you know what? I really want to be there, but I can't. And then to not be guilty about it, not to feel like shit. I couldn't make an event. I recorded a video full of love and celebration and just thanksgiving. And also speaking optimism that hopefully there'll be more gatherings, and I hope to be able to attend those. And I felt good. I felt good honoring what my truth and what I'm needing to do on this path, on this journey. And that's part of the lonely process of the spiritual awakening. However, back to the soul tribe. ask yourself for this confirmation. This is Soul Tribe. This ain't just like a brand. This ain't just like some dude talking head. No. It came to me yesterday. I was like, oh shit. Because I was like thinking about all the people that are alone, feeling alone. And I know that you're probably one of them. Whether you're even in a relationship, have family all over, just in your soul, you're feeling alone. And that's because you're not, it's because you need to spend more time building the relationship with yourself. And again, this is the work that needs to be done. This whole thing is, if you want to improve the relationship you have with other people, you have to improve the relationship you have with yourself. Right? Your inner child, your adult, your parent, your higher self with your lower self. The lower self is the body and the mind. The higher self is your spirit and your soul. And I truly believe that we're soul tribing up right now. And the cool thing about the app is that we can have a community that even puts us off of social media that can be kind of, again, man, it's to show up on social media and just observing and to stay neutral without judgment is challenging. I'm challenged every time I get on. It's good because it's making me better, because I'm learning and I'm thinking with intention, conscientiously, which is a really big point for today's talk. Is, I talked yesterday about you have to change the way you're lying to yourself. But it's trying to stay conscientious as much as possible throughout the day. Conscientious is me telling you, picture a waterfall. When I ask you picture a waterfall appears in your mind. The monkey mind is when you're just going about your day and all these unsolicited, but they're also programmed thoughts, feelings, just overwhelm you, and it's usually negative and it's usually critical. And so I want to start calling it the lazy mind. The lazy mind is the mind that literally just wants to be negative and hold you back. And the reason why I call it lazy is because you're operating from that subconscious place. You're not moving with intention, because the shift that you need to have happen within you is literally, if you start thinking negative thoughts, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're ugly, you're fat, you're unhealthy, you're broke, you're a failure, you're a fucking idiot, whatever the hell it is. Even thinking about that about other people. Judgment, negativity. The conscientious mind checks that shit quick. It observes it. It says, it disconnects and says, okay, I'm not that thinking. And then you start to, with intention and your own focus and power. Again, this is so important. Grab a hold of this. With your own intention, focus, and power, you start to fight back that negativity by saying, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm loving, I'm kind, I'm generous, I'm abundant, I'm successful, I am loved, I attract kind and loving people. Whatever you need to do, but when you start to, this is things that you actually need to be using and processing your thinking mind with, where you're now conscientiously in control of what in the fuck is coming out of your mouth and popping up into your mind, versus just the subconscious just washing you with all of this doubt, fear, shame, low energy. When you can really look back and start to really look at that vibrational chart. What is the suffering? Where's the breaking point on courage? And what's above? I was meditating on that yesterday. I'm like, most people think love is like the highest thing, and it's not. Joy's above love. This is joy. Just thinking about it. This is joy, you guys. This is joy. And peace. Peace. Peace isn't people not dying. Peace is the world is the way the world is going to be, and you're not caught up in being overwhelmed by whatever in the fuck is happening out there. All you're doing is looking in the mirror and looking within and looking beyond and saying, yes, I'm joyful. Yes, I'm loving. Yes, I'm kind. Yes, I see a beautiful world. Yes, nature is perfect. Everything is exactly the way it is. Versus getting plagued and bogged down by the suffering that's in the world and trying to figure out why. Your responsibility is not why are these things happening. Your responsibility is what is happening in you and what can you do about it. I'm going to say that again. Your responsibility is not to figure out what and why things are happening in this world. Your number one purpose is to become the best version of you. And to do that, you need to focus. You need undivided attention and to stay locked in. This is not temporary. This is not just sort of like a seasonal thing of like, hey, let me just work on this a little bit. For you to truly come out the other side with the most tremendous breakthrough of aligning and fulfilling and embodying your highest self. Love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. You got to be locked in. And I truly do believe that with the Results Kill Excuses app, if and when we start to connect, which is going to happen, it's going to happen. But it takes all of us saying, okay, it takes me sort of breaking the ice just like I did here. But it's going to be breaking the ice there and starting to commit myself to really fostering dialogue there for us to get to know each other. So if you have downloaded the app, I have already kind of put out one message to say, hey, introduce yourself. So please, I'm going to double down that. Please, 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 please. On behalf of our soul tribe, introduce yourself. I know you're afraid. I know you're thinking that this is normal social media. It's not. It's not, man. This ain't fucking social media. The app is a private community that has attracted your soul tribe, my soul tribe, for us to collectively come together to truly raise the frequency of this planet, to heal this planet by healing ourselves, by connecting with each other, building each other up, cheering for each other, learning from each other, growing with one another. And in doing that, guess what? All the loneliness, all the disconnection, all that goes away. I can't wait for you to introduce yourself on the app. And if you haven't downloaded the app, definitely get plugged into one of the courses, start doing the work, the self-discovery. But the other magic piece there is the community. That's private. If you needed to take, like a lot of people coming up first of the year, you like to take a lot of people, the trend has become the digital detox. And it's especially probably from social media, right? The big social media things. That was a part of the reason why putting together an app was so important for me and for Results Kill Excuses, was because, every day I'm having to probably unfollow somebody because it's just, there's things that the way that I perceive the world It is authentically positive. This is not false bullshit, right? Just like if you're someone that thinks nothing good ever happens and then you have the evidence to see, nothing good ever happened, well, it's because that's what you believed. But I believe that great things are happening every single day. Incredible things are happening every single day. And I do believe that if we collectively start to really realize that, yes, this is a gift, that those that have taken that leap, downloaded that app, the app, and will then start to communicate and connect, we're going to realize, wow, we're here for a reason. This is our collective. This is our soul tribe. And we're some badass motherfuckers. We're some warriors that are ready to make a change, to lock in, and to be the role models, to be the example, to be the ones that set the bar, to be the ones that help other people to also eliminate their suffering. By doing what? Raising their vibration. That's the magic. Raise your vibration. And how do you do that? Right? There's a whole process of how do you raise your vibration, right? Which takes seeing clearly the life that you've lived, coming to a point of acceptance, coming to a place of forgiveness, and then choosing to let go and then start to redefine and writing your story. Redefine the past and write the most incredible story that is inside of you. This story doesn't come from the outside. It's in there. That was one of the biggest breakthroughs for me, was when I had gotten to such a place where my whole life I've had desires in my heart. And a lot of my life I felt like I'm unworthy of this stuff. And it was like I was in such a season, a wilderness experience, very much like right now, right? Where I was able to get to the truth of my heart and inside of my soul and be like, what do I desire? Like, what? And when I say desire, I'm not talking about that low vibrational, unmet needs. I'm just saying is like, what is in my heart? What is this grand vision? And I do want to, I'll probably do a masterclass on putting together a digital vision board, because that's really important. And so I finally, for the first time in my life, I had reprogrammed and redefined a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of things holding me back. And I wasn't worried about what other people either saw me for or thought about me as, that I could just go inside of myself and be like, for whatever reason, I've always seen this vision. And I just started doing searches and copying things, taking screenshots, and I made this really grand vision boards of several key areas of my life. And it felt very full. It feels very comprehensive. And it feels very authentic to me, to where people have seen it and been like, I don't like that picture. I don't want, like, what is that? And, you know, there's a part of me that in the past I would have been like, okay, well, let me change. I'll go ahead and change that since you don't like it. Man, that's the self-sacrifice. I don't do that no more. My truth is my truth. The vision I had was my vision. And you have one too. And I believe that the more and more that we choose to connect, we're doing it in the comments here down below. But let's do it even more so by doing videos, right? And the way you do videos on the best way to make videos for the app is to record the video, upload it unlisted on your personal YouTube page, and then post that link in the community section. That would be the best way for you to do an introduction. It's doing it like this. It's the visual, the audio, right? Walking around, like, emulate this. If you're connecting with this style, emulate it. Get outside. This is a part of our tribe is, we want to be outside. We want to be out in nature. We want to connect, right? With all that is. And eventually, here in the near future, we'll be doing retreats and doing cold plunges together and hot soaks. And, y'all are welcome out here anytime. We'll be connecting on that level. Mark my words. It's not too far in the future. But again, let's start to connect. Start to share your story. There's a lot in this. There's a lot packed into this. If you're feeling alone, realize, first and foremost, you're not alone. You're not alone. Start to develop that inner dialogue with yourself, a healthy dialogue, a dialogue of unconditional love, unconditional support, unconditional belief that everything is going to turn out better than you could ever imagine. But let's start to imagine what it is that we want to turn out in our lives, what it is that we want to experience, and what it is that we want to become, and what it is that we want to create, and what it is that we want to give. But also realize what it is that you want to receive. So many people have such a hard time receiving even just compliments. Someone tells you, hey, that's a nice whatever, I like how you're dressed. People get so fucking weird, man. And that's a trauma response. When you aren't able to be conscientious and present enough that when someone gives you a compliment, for you to thank them, hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. We're so freaked out about the most innocent of things. But realize, if you're feeling alone, my heart is with you. I'm sending you healing, right? And new connection. I can also tell you that if you feel alone, right? Just like if you feel unloved or you feel unseen, go share what you need with someone else. Unconditional. If you're feeling like no one's reaching out to you and wishing you a happy this or wishing you a merry that, go and give that. Go give it. Go give it. What you give, you receive back. And I'm praying for whatever you give to be received back to you, overflowing with infinite abundance. And so if you're needing some love, go give some unconditional love. You're needing some kindness, go do a random act of kindness. I was at a restaurant the other day and offered to buy someone dinner, right? Not in no way, shape, romantic or sexual. It was just literally a random act of kindness. I love doing this stuff. And they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. And I said, okay. But I do really, it lights people up. We're so guarded. Let down your guard a little bit. Let down your guard. Give yourself permission to trust again. If you don't trust people because you've been hurt, guess what? You're going to continue to attract people that are going to hurt you, or that are going to be people that you feel like you can't trust. But if you just say, no, I'm just going to trust people, and I'm not going to have expectations, and I'm just going to start to love people without any kind of attachment or any kind of expectation, just unconditional love, total acceptance. Oh wait, that's high vibrational stuff. So you have to become courageous first, and then you have to get to be neutral, which is you let go of all those biases and all that hurt and anger and letdown, so that you can truly rise to the next level, to the upper level, to the higher self. The low version of yourself is the ego, all the shame, all the guilt, all the hurt, And in order to get to the next level, you need the courage. And if you don't got it, you can borrow some of mine. If you need to, reach out. We can connect. Let's have a chat. This is Soul Tribe shit. Please reach out to me. I am waiting for you to reach out so that we can connect. I love you so much, and I would love to connect with you. Greg@resultskillexcuses.com. Have a beautiful day. Keep that beautiful smile on your face. That is your superpower. Smile. Smile. Everybody's smile. Share your smile with somebody. Compliment somebody on their smile and see if you don't get lots of smiles back. It gives you a lot of joy. Remember, give that which you wish to receive. That's not manipulation. That is not manipulation. It's the law of reciprocity, right? It's like, in order to feel loved, be loving. Be loving. And it's not that you expect it back, but it just returns to you. It returns to you. And it's such a beautiful thing. Be the light. Be strong, be courageous, be bold, and break past your barriers, break past your limiting beliefs. Connect with the community. Make that first video. Upload it unlisted and post it in the Results Kill Excuses community. I love you guys. Thank you for sharing the message. Thank you for being here thus far. We have some incredible days, weeks, months, and years to go together on this journey. This is not for a season. This is for who knows how many lifetimes. I believe we've been here and done this, right? This is not our first rodeo. Let's keep going. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it won't be worth it. Greg's out.